Hello, this is Campbell. I might change my name to Campbell or Stephanie. I don't know, Stephanie or Campbell. I don't know. I don't know if I don't really don't care. Um, if I do that, but one thing I'm gonna just put Frida on. One thing I find interesting. Actually, I don't. This really, this is the thing I did yesterday. I might use my brand account. Like I need to start doing that. But the thing I'm starting to realize why I feel like I'd rather be introverted than extroverted. 'Cause I'd rather talk to family members probably about even if they have crackpot theories or something like that. And because the people like that think outside the box are more interesting than thinking inside the box. People like that don't really care for they care for a status quo. Like they keep something because they feel offended by other things. And I think imagination is spiritual. I think the human mind is a spiritual thing. You look at all this stuff that exists right now, like fiction, like Avatar, One Piece, all of this other stuff, sort of spiritual in some way. Because like people have that in their head and they make a symbol. You look at the hand, something like the hand, how I find the hand controlling everything, doing things and making symbols and stuff, sort of spiritual. Look at the English letters and all this stuff is spiritual too, because we made all this stuff as human beings. I I feel like I guess as spiritual to me is like being living as a human being. I guess close. That's the only thing spiritual to me, because like you look at our magic or something like that. You look at how we exist is like magic. Um, so but I find what was I trying to do? I'm trying to think. Spinoza is very interesting because, but of course, I mean, like, I guess what I'm trying to say, living in nature is spiritual in some way. I want that. I'm trying to say, I'm skeptical of spirit because, like, when you say spiritual, you might say magic. I don't believe it's magic. I think it's like something kind. You can probably see I do spirit skeptical what spiritual means. You have to define what that is, the meaning of spirit, like what defines you as a human being. If you want to be an engineer spiritually, that's what you are spiritually. It spiritually defines you. It defines you. What something defines you is spirit, the spirit of you, or spiritually you. Um, that's what I think. That's the only thing. Like that's the thing on like just to use your imagination of who you are, knowing what your life is about, and that's spiritual. But in context, what people believe is spiritual, like the Holy Spirit or something like that, I highly there's something just doesn't exist and does exist. Um, I guess like I do believe spirits exist, maybe because chances are I could have been dead anytime soon. I am grateful for the chance of living to see what I will have an opportunity to do in this country. I have an opportunity as an American because, like, I was born here and everything, raised, I was born and raised here. Um, and I find it really awesome that I get to live and breathe and seek things that are interesting. No, I don't know if I would do physics, but math is also very interesting. Math and art is very interesting because I could do a lot of things with art and math because like it's just let's see, I don't know. It's just it's kind of complicated, but I don't think science is somewhat spiritual. Like some people think that science is, and that's the thing. It's kind of complicated. I don't think science is just spiritual. It's not a religion. It's not like science and religion. You need science and religion. You can say that God's objective and subjective, but and some people don't really realize that too. God is subjective and objective. He gave you power. Like if you God gave He can give you powers. God gave you certain powers as living as a probability to exist, to hunt or do anything you want. And you have to learn how to use that superpower, and it's very hard to do. So not everyone can have that superpower, the same superpower. So everyone has different abilities. Um, but this is why I don't have all the answers. I don't really need an answer. I find it more interesting than have answers. Not have an answer. Than have answers like that's a quote from Richard Fontaine. I find it more interesting, much more interesting, to have I, and that's a quote from him. Like, I find it more interesting to have not have an answer, but have something, something wrong. That's his quote. But you have to have answers you can't answer, and that's the way of life. And some people want answers for everything, and sometimes they want to, um, like it's same thing. Like what the hell they thing called? Those other guys. I forgot those other guys are called. Like I forgot those other guys. Those guys define you for your birthday or whatever. That's annoying. I figured that I find that annoying because, well, I don't care for it. I think it's unscientific, and most people that think spirit or whatever think that's scientific. Nothing scientific about that. If you look at what science is and isn't science, you know what science really is, because you can't. People can believe. I'm gonna say the thing. People can believe whatever they want, but I rather not. I'm not interested in people like that because I'm interested in ideas, not interested in people that don't have any ideas. Because someone that has no idea about what they're talking about, then I'm not interested in their ideas because their ideas aren't interesting. Because like I don't know. Like I just find it frustrating when you deal with people like that. And I hear someone talk about it, I roll my eyes. I want to roll my eyes because um I don't take them seriously. So because I find people like that are brilliant that don't care about being famous or I'm not saying a lot of these. I'm not saying with spirit science stuff. Let me see, spirit science. Let's see how popular that is, how clickbait that is. Oh, never mind. It's not that high. I wish that was because like that's a good thing. It's not. It's, oh, it's like zodiac signs. I remember that. That's what it is. Yeah, I don't know why people believe in astrology because I didn't know about spirit science. I thought it was something different. But I don't know why people believe in that shit because like especially someone that defining you for who you are. That's annoying. Why why would you do that stuff? And your personality changes over time. Like my personality changes every year. Not the same. I'm not the same person like all the time. I was completely different as a person as I was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. I was a completely different person in that age. Completely different. The change. You know, so I don't know. Oh my god, my stomach. Oh shit. I'm done.